We're going to talk health now. We got our health coach in the house, our nutrition coach and expert in that space, Heather Lalk, back in studio. So what are some of the misnomers that you see people happen when they think about health and nutrition? What are some of the top things that come to mind?
I mean, what to eat, when to eat it, when specifically is good for them. We have so many big things about the keto diet and all kinds of other diets.
Right, fads.
Yeah, exactly. And they're all great and wonderful, but they may not be for you, or bits and pieces of them might be great for you. So I decided to become a nutritional health coach because we have a different view on it, kind of way that we deal with it. It's not about one diet or one way of living,
right?
Because everybody's lives and schedules are so different, especially as time goes on and on. So we focus on bio-individuality, the idea that we're all different and have unique dietary differences, and we need to be able to fuel our bodies in many different ways.
Yeah, it's important. Reaching out, people out there listening, if they want to get involved, they want to have a one-on-one session, they want to learn more about the nutrition side. You're located right here, convenient to all of Tampa Bay, right in Dunedin.
Oh, yeah, right
awesome
down.
Studio there.
Oh, yeah, you take that main road all the way down to the water, and I'm right by the trail, so on Broadway and Skinner. So we're right by a chiropractic office and a massage therapy office, so we're kind of a whole healthy community over there.
Very cool.
And I do offer someone to come in and do a free consultation, 30 minutes, ask you some different questions and see if it's a right fit. Like I said, we focus on not only the exercise that people do, but also other things come into play. Emotional type things, stress related things, sleep. So those all come into play in the health of individuals. I mean, it comes down to even sometimes we have chronic pain and problems because all of our stress is trapped in different areas, maybe muscles, maybe joints, tendons, things like that.
Yeah, the number one killer in the world, stress.
It is. Yeah.
And so talk to us about meal prep, because a lot of people, again, you're spending a lot of time putting together meals, trying to, plan your week out. Some people do. Some people don't. They just rather run through the fast food place whenever they feel hungry.
Yeah.
But talk to us about what you offer.
Well, I offer the education for people that really want to take the time and really want to learn how to integrate it into their lifestyles, how to cook, make it a fun experience either for a couple or family or a group of friends. And it comes down to utilizing different tools that you can have in your kitchen that make a breeze. It's very easy. I myself am single, and the dogs don't do cooking for me very well. So so I have to find new and improved ways to get that in my lifestyle. So I have found a few different things, like an air fryer that does everything from searing to rotisserie. So you can do meats, you can do fish, and it heats up very quickly. This was one that I found, and I kind of tested it in my kitchen. I've done prime ribs in it, fish in it, chicken wings. I've done cookies, healthy cookies, of course. So it does a lot of different things. And then I also try to do a panini maker. Sometimes we like to have healthy wraps. Like I have gluten-free wraps that I like to have. So every time I don't want to go to the health food store and pay $10, $12 for a wrap.
Right.
So I said, how can I make mine just as delicious but quickly at home? So I found this to be a very good piece of equipment to have in the kitchen as well.
Cool. The Cuisine Art Griddler, I think it said.
Exactly. And I think that people should have that. For my clients, I also can be very specific if they wish. I'll tell them exactly what store they can go to that are healthier, what things they can look for in that store that they may like, things that are whole foods that they have to prepare and cook, and then some things are frozen, but they're still healthy and not loaded with all kinds of additives.
Yeah, that's the key, is knowing what to stay away from. So if you created a top 5 list, stay away from this, what would be the top 5 list of stay away from this? Soy
in this country, because it acts as it's an estrogen in men and women. It can cause a lot of damage. Sugars. Sugars. A lot of people don't think, but there's so much hidden sugars in so many things.
They think, I'm going to drink some juice loaded with sugars.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of was studied, and it's almost addictive as like crack cocaine.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds funny, but it's true.
Well, I think I've seen those studies and talked about those studies on the show, where it has the same reaction in the brain, kind of like trying to take a smartphone away from a teenager. right?
Yeah.
A kid, a 12 or 13-year-old kid.
Oh yeah, it
Very
is
similar.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's getting harder and harder for people. They're like, oh, I just can't stop eating this. Well, that's true because they add additives into the foods that we consume that make us want it more and more. So it has an addictive property to it. So people have to understand that it's not all them. It is all the food that we're being shoved in our faces.
I saw a documentary as well where they're talking about making them that much more crunchy. They have some of these different chips they come out with now. It's like, wow, that thing's like super crunchy and it's super thin, and then they sell you less in the bag. That's the what gets me with these manufacturers. The bag's this big and it's got that much stuff in it.
Yeah, and think about it. Should a potato chip really taste like beer or whatever?
Right.
Really don't think
Dill
those things
pickle
should go.
Or KC Masterpiece, different flavor type stuff.
And I think the other one too is majorly sodium. Many prepared foods, meats, seasonings, all of that have the sodium in them, as well as hidden gluten and wheat products as fillers.
So far we have the top 3 of the top 5 are S's. So you got soy, sugar, sodium. What else we got? Round out the top 5 here. If you stay away from gluten,
or wheat. If some people have wheat allergies like myself, and then it includes gluten, and then some people just for gluten. And the unfortunate part about it is we're not allergic sometimes to the actual product, like peanuts or wheat itself. It's what they're being sprayed with, that like glyphosate, that we are allergic to or have a sensitivity to.
Yeah, I like that. We're talking with Heather Lalk here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, integrative nutritional health coach here in Tampa Bay, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. So I like this one. It says, if you know anyone who doesn't want to cook anymore, grocery shop anymore, clean plates, do basically home chores around the kitchen, make healthy eating more convenient and healthy. That's one of the things you can help them do with this meal prep program that you offer.
I did. I actually finally found a company that was started by health coaches and their trainers, and they've gone the gamut. So all of these are very, very good products that come in at 4 or 6 ounces, or you can get more for the protein. You pick your carb, you pick your vegetable. They're portion control. They don't have any seasonings. They have no sauces on them, so you can customize them that way for you. And that's what I liked about it, because especially for someone like me, I have a lot of allergies and sensitivities. All the other meals that I could order had all kinds of sauces and things that I had to be real scared and afraid that it might make me sick. So these come freeze packed as well, next day to your door.
Nice.
Or wherever you want them to go, and they heat up in 90 minutes. So it's 90 seconds.
90 seconds.
Your eyes went.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, but 90 seconds. So it's quick and easy, and it also helps people as they're learning to see visually portion control. This is how much, that, and then they can say, oh, well, I can eat multiple more meals per day because I'm not consuming that much in one sitting. And it's something that it's small enough that they can quickly eat between a meeting or work or what have you. So people really need to realize that it's what fuels them is going to make them feel good, or it's going to feel bad. You're
going to feel sluggish versus feeling energetic. You're going to have nutritious foods versus non-nutritious foods that don't have the vitamins, minerals, nutrients that you need. So reach out if you'd like to have Heather Lalk sit down with you, a consultation, or even put together a meal plan. I think that's a big call to action right now. Call or text 813-670-7372, and call or text our hotline at 813-670-7372. We'll put you in touch with Heather Lalk, integrative nutritional health coach here, on a friend of the program on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Meal plans are going to make you just that much more able to stay on that plan and have that stick-to-itiveness that you need.
Yeah, successful. Even me, they come prepared just the way I would make it in my own kitchen, or even when I was competing in bodybuilding. So then you can add, if you like condiments. I like condiments, unfortunately. I miss those when I couldn't have them. But there's healthier options as well. So even for me, if a couple of meals I can skip prepping for that week, trying to run a business and train and do all the things that I do, then that's a really help for me.
Super important to have that plan, have the plan in place, execute the plan, and start small. If you're starting, we talked about on the previous shows where maybe start with 15-20 minute light walk. You start with a light walk, then that turns into a jog, then that turns into you're in great shape, you're able to shed pounds. So reach out to Heather Lalk, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors on the website at consumerqb.com.
Enlightening round.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Heather Lalk, fit to a T.
Take small steps, but be very specific. Don't just say I'm going to eat I'm going to eat a couple more meals a day and be more, obvious about that. Say I'm going to eat every 3 hours. I'm going to add 3 extra meals per day, for instance. Be consistent. 21 days to make a habit, so be consistent with yourself. Use a support system. Try to be around like-minded people that have the same drive and desires that you have, even use friends and family. And then so celebrate your successes. You should be proud of yourself that you actually achieved a goal, so give yourself a nice reward.
Yeah, I like that.
Keeps you going.
I like that. Good stuff. It reminds me of the SMART planning method, specific, measurable. You want to make sure your goals are in a position where they're going to be achievable, and it's something that you're going to be able to follow through on.
Right, exactly, and it's a journey. It's not, it's not the goal all the time. It's the journey that you should appreciate.
Exactly.
So, but I also am going to be offering for February to the end of February 3 private one-on-one sessions, personal training and or health coaching for $99. That's almost a $200 savings for everybody.
So 3 for $99.
That is correct.
Wow, that's awesome. 33 a piece.
Yep.
And that's awesome. So reach out to the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'd love to, put you in touch with Heather Lalk. 813-670-7372. Take her up on that awesome offer. 813-670-7372. You can call or text that number as well. All right, our lightning round continues. Ryan Besnick, Eagled LED Lighting. What say you, sir?
Well, at the end of the day, our customers want someone they can trust in the LED world. There's a bunch of LEDs out there, and with Eagled, you're going to get a manufacturer, you're going to get someone that'll install, do a whole turnkey process. We do free consultations for our customers, so we'll do a walkthrough and share, what kind of savings they can experience, tax write-offs they'll get, and benefits that they'll have for it. So at the end of the day, someone that just wants to brighten up their space, save on energy costs, have some pretty significant tax benefits from it, they're going to put themselves in a world of wonders long-term down the road. So
yeah, absolutely. I like that. Awesome. Good stuff. Fred Mute, Tampa Screens and Aluminum.
Hey, Ryan, I had a question for you. We talked about light-emitting diode, LED. Thank you for educating me on that.
My pleasure.
I've wondered, when you do a conversion and you obviously go from fluorescent to LED, when the bulbs come out, the old fluorescent, is there issues with disposing of the fluorescent bulbs in today's world?
So there's different regulations in each state. I'm not sure about in the state of Florida, but in the state of Indiana, you do have to properly dispose of them because there's like dangerous chemicals inside.
Sure.
So for Eagled, we bring in companies that specifically are geared for that type of work. So they'll tear out fixtures, they'll put them in spaces that they'll recycle the metals, and then all of the other tubes and everything that has the hazardous chemicals in it, they'll dispose of them in proper ways.
Yeah,
so yes, there are.
I've often wondered,
because problematic.
When I change a bulb at the house, it's not an LED. What am I supposed to do with it?
Mm-hmm. Well, for small bulbs like the incandescents and the screw-in bulbs you have in your home, those are not going to have enough chemicals in it to really have a big harm to the environment. But when you're throwing out 4-foot tubes or 8-foot tubes,
what do I do?
You want to make sure you get to the right person that can recycle and dispose of them.
My neighbor.
In a
I
responsible
him.
sense. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, recycle them if you can.
Yeah. So back to Tampa Screens and Aluminum, and I make the statement. I've been working with them since 2010, and they're a very well-oiled machine. The support that I get as a guy out there in the trenches, I'm a salesman, I'm an estimator. We have people in our office that really know how to put out a fire. The girl that I take my hat off to is Diana. There is nothing comes across her plate that she can't handle, and she handles it very well, and she handles it with a smile. And boy, that means a lot to a guy that's out there working with customers.
Yeah.
Because it's Murphy's Law. Something's going to go wrong somewhere along the line. It's just a matter of how you put the fire out.
Yeah, I like that. Good stuff. Tampa Screens and Aluminum, Fred Muth. All right, so today for my lightning round tip, I'm going to take a page out of Tony Robbins' playbook, and he talks about the triad, which is physiology, focus, language, and meaning. Okay, so these are things that are going to determine how you feel and how you let emotions take control of your life in some cases. So the triad, starting with number 1, is physiology. You know, how you use your physical body, such as breath, posture, and the movement of your body. So you'll find, like Navy SEALs, for example, Navy SEALs utilize breathing techniques where they're bringing in tons of air and oxygen into their body. So that's a way that you want to think about changing your state. You can change your state just by utilizing your physiology. Number 2 is back to focus. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. You're going to feel that more strongly on what you focus on. Are you focusing on the problems that you have, or focusing on things that have happened in the past, or are you focusing on things that you can correct and things that you can improve in the future? So that's number 2. And then number 3 is language and meaning. So this was interesting, is, you know, because as soon as we put words to an experience, then it changes the meaning in our minds, right? So multiple people you can go to a concert with 3 or 4 or 5 of your friends, and one person can say, oh, that was the best concert ever. Oh, the next one might say, I didn't like that concert. The other one says, oh, that was a complete waste of time. We shouldn't have went to that concert, right? So the language and meaning that we prescribe or describe that event with, that's going to determine how it affects our mentality and our focus and our internal conversation that goes on in our minds, our dialogue internal. So that internal dialogue is something that's really going to help us either achieve success or have more problems, and attracting those problems into our life. So make sure you focus on those things that you can control and be a force for good in the community. Those are things that you can do when you're in that position. So language, the triad is physiology, focus, language, and meaning here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So, hey, another great show. I want to thank our expert contributors. If you want anything, if you're a business owner out there or homeowner and you want to look at Eagled LED lighting, reach out to the Consumer Quarterback Show. They're also online, eag-led.com. And you can reach out as well. We'll put you in touch with Ryan and his team. And also Heather Lalk, Fit to a T, right here in Tampa Bay. Excellent stuff, good stuff on health and nutrition, ways that you can live a better life and be more healthy. And Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. Thanks for coming in again. Another great show. I want to thank our expert contributors, our team behind the scenes putting the show together. And, of course, we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness, something as simple as packing up food or clothing, carrying it with you to and from your commute, hand it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community. Lots of ways you can donate blood, donate time, and swing a hammer for Habitat for Humanity. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.